Considered the father of psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud wrote the book The Interpretation of Dreams in 1900. Freud considered dreams to be the royal road to the unconscious. In dreams, some repressed material comes through to awareness, albeit in distorted form. Therefore, dreams perform important functions for the unconscious mind and serve as valuable clues to how the unconscious mind operates. In July of 1895, Freud had his own dream that was to form the basis of his theory. He'd been worried about a patient, Irma, who was not doing well in treatment. Freud blamed himself for this and was thus feeling guilty. But then Freud dreamed that he had met Irma at a party. In this dream, he realized that her condition was caused by a dirty syringe used by another doctor, and that Freud was in fact not the one to blame for her sickness. Freud's guilt was then relieved. He interpreted this dream as wish fulfillment. He had wished that Irma's poor condition was not his fault, and the dream had fulfilled this wish by informing him that another doctor was at fault instead. Based on this dream, Freud went on to propose that a major function of dreams was the fulfillment of wishes. In the interpretation of dreams, he explained the double level of dreams: the actual dream with its manifest content, and the dream's true yet hidden symbolic meaning, the latent content. Freud recognized that the manifest content was often based on the events of the day, whereas the latent content represented the hidden desires. The process in which the underlying wish is translated into the manifest content is called dream work. The process of dream work is to transform the forbidden wish into a non-threatening form, therefore reducing anxiety for the dreamer. In order to interpret dreams, Freud would utilize a method he termed as free association. He would request the dreamer to relive his dream. After that, the dreamer would be requested to associate various objects with realities of the real world, and by doing so, the psychoanalysis could then examine any events in the dreamer's life and draw up a conclusion. Freud introduced the theory that sexuality was an important part of childhood, which was a shocking idea at the time. He explored the possibility of universal symbols in dreams, many of which were sexual in nature. Yet Freud was cautious about symbols and stated that a person cannot interpret what the manifest content of a dream symbolizes without knowing about the person's circumstances. It took Freud about 2 years to write The Interpretation of Dreams, finishing in September of 1897. It was published late in the year and released in 1900. Freud was paid about $209 for it, and it took 8 years to sell the 600 copies. Although his theory on dreams has been the subject of relentless criticism, there is no denying the influence he had on much of the 20th century.